is the screen gonna split? You gonna share the screen with the graphic?
Oh, I thought I
Or
did.
if
Hold on.
it doesn't work, no big deal. I can teach you guys and you'll just draw it on your paper.
No, I forgot to share it. We pulled it up here. Hold on. Just push. Oh, sweet Jesus. There
You're
it
in
is.
charge. You got this thing.
Got it. There we are. Linda.
Good job. I love it. Okay. I want you guys to take a look at this because, and I'm going to talk to you about how Nerium fits into this, but it's also a really good business formula for you to know what you're sitting on. And I want you guys to understand what you're sitting on. And for those of you that have been in the business for a while, I love the Mickey and Minnie Mouse. That is too cute. What I want you guys to understand is having been in the business or not, it doesn't matter. We can give you such a learning curve that can take a lot of time off of your process. Remember, when I started, I never got a phone call from anybody in my upline, ever, in 20 years, okay? We didn't have all these tools, so you're sitting in an amazing spot. So I want to give you some proof to prove that, okay? This is like the overall umbrella of how you know what you're sitting on, how you know that you know that you know, and nothing can shake your faith, nothing, because these are facts. You can't hide facts and numbers. You know, you can have different feelings from time to time. How you feel in the moment doesn't change things except how you feel in the moment. So when you know the foundation of the building, the empire that you're building is solid, you are unshakable. You're just unshakable. So I want to talk to you about this. Here's the 5 components that have to be in place. And clearly the overall umbrella is timing. We'll talk about that at the last thing. Number 1 must be in place is product. Absolutely, 100%. It's got to be a product that 1, you can get behind. 2 is something that you can use and you know it works. 3, it has to be patented. It must be patented. Or somebody, Joe Blow, will come and knock it off and put it in Costco and you're out of business. Been there, done that. Not okay. 4, it must be consumable. If it is not consumable, like jewelry, yes, jewelry's fun, but I don't need to be every single 30 days on an ADO. Well, guess what, guys? Your ADO of all your people and all their customers is your team commissions. That's what keeps you in business, right? That's what keeps McDonald's in business. People keep coming back for the stupid hamburger and the French fries. So it has to be consumable. And it has to be in a very rich space. Okay? Now, let's think about that. What you have with Nerium / soon to be Neora, do those 5 things line up? Yes, it does. Rich space, patented, consumable, a product that works, and you love it. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to leadership. When you take a look at, and Renee, close your ears because I might, say some things that you're just going to grin. When you take a look at the leadership and the founders, Jeff, Renee, and Amber, in this company, and I'm going to take away my personal emotion of how much I adore all 3 of them, but let's just look at what they bring to the table. And then to add on Bo and Deb and Brad Wayman and our executive team, you have to take a look at that. If you were interviewing for a job in a corporate America, you would take a look at who's in charge, who is driving the spaceship. Do they know what to do? And if the answer is not sure, bye-bye. So when I looked at this and the man said, Jeff Olson, my eyes almost rolled out of my face. And he's like, holy smoke, do you know this man? I'm like, no, but I know about this book. And I know he's called The Millionaire Maker. Yes, And then when I met Renee and I met Amber, I'll never forget hearing them speak the first time. I was blown away at number 1, the intelligence. Number 2, the grit. They've been there, done that, guys. The grit to not quit, to stay in the game. Number 3, the big picture passion to make people better. Wow. I mean, let's face it, Jeff could have stayed in retirement. And number 4, most importantly, the expertise, because they are field people. They've all been in the field and built a massive organization. They understand everything we go through. I gotta tell you, my other company that was health and wellness, they didn't do that. They didn't have a clue. It's a big difference, okay? Never, ever second guess who's leading this, and that you are wildly blessed and you are in the right place at the right time with the right people by God's design. I can promise you that. Okay, let's talk about support. Support, field support and tech support. Anybody ever been on customer service? Anybody ever used NMD SWAT team? Do they rock or what? Do you know that's not even heard of in the industry? You don't get on the phone with people that are going to help you. They don't care. They're there 9 to 5 punching a clock for the most part. Do you realize that at that month end when we can get on the phone with Renee's SWAT team and fix things 24 hours later? Do you know that doesn't happen ever? Now this month is an exception. We get that. We understand that. Yeah, raw. But support of our tech support is unbelievable. Support of our field, and that we're all such a family. I mean, come on. I used to could not do this with a sideline team. I mean, I wish y'all were on my team, but you're not. So, hey, we're all family. And Shellen and Jen Gibbons, good heavens, they would totally do that for me too, if I asked, right? So our field support is second to none, without a doubt. Second to none. I've never seen anything like it in this industry, ever. Now let's talk about tech support. I want you to understand a big picture about your website. Most people that have not been in the industry do not quite get this because there's no way you can. You don't know what you don't know. But let me tell you, been there, done that, 28 years. You can only imagine what I've seen in technology. Wow. So for you to understand big picture of what you have in a, quote, universal platform of a website, let me tell you what that means. Most of you guys think it's because we can hit a button and it goes in multiple languages. Yes, this is true. Can you imagine? I don't know about you, but some geniuses did that. I could never do that, so thank God we have that. Here's what it really means. In a universal platform, you can have Sue Smith in your downline who knows the whole country of Philippines, or the whole country of New Zealand, or Germany, whatever, pick one. And she goes and builds a business in a country. You've never set foot in that country, yet you get paid on what she does in that team, right? In another country. That's what a universal platform does for you. In most companies, and I mean most, probably 90+%, Amway's this way too, guys. Amway, if you want to build a business in Germany and you live in the United States, this is a fact. I had a friend of mine who was in Amway for many years, told me this is a fact. You have to go to Germany and you start as a brand partner, what's equal of a brand partner in Germany. She could have been an IMD here, equivalent. Just to go there, buy a warehouse, buy $1 zillion worth of tools, set up a big, huge, like market party event type thing, and foot the bill and try to build that business on her own. Every country does not integrate, nor do they get paid if someone in their team does it. They have to go do it. Okay, I don't know if you guys get that, but this is huge that we have this opportunity here. I mean, I have people in all countries. I have not been to all of those countries, not even close, right? It is a gift straight from God that we have this. So I want you guys to get that. Most people think it's just the language. It is not. That's the icing on the cupcake. The cupcake is how you get paid. Unbelievable. So let's talk about the comp plan. Wow. Okay, can we just move into that? Oh my gosh. I had to laugh when Bo said, guys, let's just make this simple. Go get 3 brand partners and 9 customers. And I giggled to myself. I thought, well, rocket science, that's what we've been saying for 7 years. But this is just going to reward the ones who do the dang thing more. Do you know what that means? If you're building the Empire State Building, do you think the foundation should be really, really solid and they should spend the most time and energy and resources on the foundation so the building doesn't fall? Absolutely. That's exactly what we're doing. We're building it solid and strong at the bottom. That way the bottom doesn't crumble quicker. And you're not working, spending tons of time to go get all these new people and they just quit. How wonderful is that? I'll take that all day long. And so as a retailer, I've always known customers are gold. Customers are gold. When you build that customer base solid, it's a book of business. At the end of the day, after they first enroll, your brand partner first enroll, at the end of the day, the rest of their time in the business, it's an ADO, guys. And the system doesn't know the difference of a brand partner ADO and a PC ADO. It's an ADO. It's money in your pocket. Customers are gold. Guess what? When you get ready to, you need a rank or you need a new brand partner, and you've gone through your list and you're like, oh my goodness, who else? Go to your PCs. They're the ones that are solid. They love your product. They have faith in you. They have faith in the company that made it. That's the natural progression. You have 7 to 12 touches starting beginning from a new brand partner to say yes to you. A PC who loves the product, you just shorten that about 50% minimum. So comp plan, I'm not going to go into any more details. I'm sure Shallon's going to talk about where you need to focus. This is the bomb, guys. Customers are gold. Write that down if you're taking notes. And then let's go to the last component, culture. When I sat with this gentleman, I'm looking at him rolling my eyes going, what do you know about skincare? You're a dude. And he said, honestly, I don't know anything about skincare. And he went like this, you want to use the product? I'm going, okay, duh. And I thought, well, if he can do that, anybody can do that. This is simple. But here's what I said to him. I said, you don't know me, and you don't know what I've been through. And I will tell you right now, here's the deal breaker. I want to see who's in this company. I want to know who is the family. I want to know if there are people that I can align my core values, which is honesty and integrity and character. I don't want to align myself with a bunch of crazy people. That's what I actually use some other adjectives. I use lying, cheating, stealing networkers is what I use. And he's going, oh my God. I said, no, I'm serious. I want real people, real heart. I want a company with heart. And if that's not what this is, I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to compromise who I am as an individual. No, not doing it. He's like, wow, okay. So took me to the market party. I met a lot of people in the company already. Met Anna Camp. Matter of fact, sat right beside her. And I am on her team. I'm frontline to Anna, which has been a blessing all along. So I have to say, I was pretty impressed. And J.O. was there that night. I was pretty impressed with what he had to say. He was very transparent and very real and very exciting. And so to top the whole thing off that has to be in place is timing. Timing in the marketplace. Are we in the perfect place in the marketplace? Yes, a very rich space. We already know the statistics, right? We know what anti-aging is. We know that wellness is 3 to 4 times bigger than that. Can you imagine? And we also know we're going to have many vertical businesses to come. That's very exciting. We know we're in the right timing in the space, right timing in the company. I will tell you right now, I'm more excited right now than when I first started because of what I know. I feel like I have insider trading information, right? And we know that's illegal, but if you're in a publicly held company and you have insider trading information, you can make out like a bandit when you purchase stock prior to the IPO. Well, I feel like that's where we all sit. We all know what we're sitting on. We all know the products work. We all know whatever comes is going to be rock solid because that's who we are. That's what the team has brought to the table for us to have to grow a business. So we do know how to do it. We know what not to do. Holy smoke, we've learned a lot about what not to do in 7 years. We've done a lot wrong. We've learned what not to do. So is it in the right spot? It has never been a better time. Never been a better time sitting where we sit. I mean, how often do you get to be a founder of a company, right? I mean, of course, urgency is big time there. And then, of course, the timing in that your life, your prospect's life, this is the X factor that you don't know, but they do. That's why when I'm doing three-way calls, I'll say, look, all these things are lined up. Everything's in place. However, the X factor in this equation is your timing. If it works in your life and it's your timing, let's do this thing. It was perfect timing for me. I didn't know how perfect at the time because I really could only see a small portion. I couldn't see what was out there beyond. I had no idea. But when we sat in Long Beach, November 2013, I had hit 3-star in October, and I'm sitting there, and Jeff put on the screen Neora in a big umbrella, and he talked about vertical businesses. I want you guys to understand what that means. In Nu Skin, this meant, I get it. I knew exactly what that meant. I almost did backflips out of my chair when he put that on the screen because I knew what that meant going forward. Here's what that means. Decades of this company building a massive business for millions of people. That's what that meant. And it meant massive residual income for all of us. It meant it was going to change our lives and our families and their families. That's what that meant. Because I've watched Nu Skin do it. They're a 34-year-old company, right? They do multiple billions a year. They have massive vertical businesses. Were some of them kind of crazy? Yeah. But they learned, they did it, they took it out. Then they have more. They have kids, they have men's, they have vitamins, they have oils. You name it, they got all this stuff. It's crazy. But that's how you grow business. That's how you evolve. So embrace it, run with it, know you've got absolutely what you need, more than you can possibly imagine of what you got versus what is coming. So, I love when Jennifer Elson said, don't squander. Don't squander. That hit me like a ton of bricks when I was sitting in the $1 million dinner. I was like, wow, that's profound. I'm not going to ever forget that. So thank you, Shallon, for letting me share with you guys. I hope this has helped to give you a little bit more fire in your belly, because that's where we need to be.